Have you ever been to a party, family gathering, or other special event where there is a cake? Usually that cake is made from a cake mix. Although those cakes are pretty good, they're nowhere near as delicious as a homemade chocolate cake is. Hi, my name is Dante Salazar, and today I'll be showing you how to make a homemade chocolate cake from scratch. First, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that our oven is preheating, we can go ahead and take a look at our ingredients. First, we have sugar, flour, baking powder, cocoa powder, baking soda, vanilla, greaser for our pan, salt, eggs, milk, butter, and our measuring units. Okay, so first we're gonna make our dry mix. So we'll use half a teaspoon of salt. Then we'll use 3/4 cup of cocoa powder. 2 cups of flour. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, so now that we have all of our dry ingredients together, we can go ahead and mix our dry mix so it'll be ready for whenever we have to mix it with our other ingredients. Okay, after we have mixed our dry ingredients, we can go ahead and start mixing our other ingredients together. So first, we want to start with our butter. So here we have 3/4 cup of softened butter. So we're gonna go ahead and put that into our other mixing bowl. And now we need to add in our sugar. We need to add in our sugar. So as we add in our ingredients, we want to start mixing and beating our other mix so that it isn't one big thick clump of different food items. So we're gonna go ahead and want to mix this on a medium speed. In total with our sugar, we're gonna be using 2 cups. We're gonna add in the sugar 1/4 a cup at a time. Okay, now that we've added 1 whole cup of sugar into the mix, we can start adding our eggs one at a time. So just 1 egg at a time. There we go. We still need to add 1 whole cup of sugar, so we're still gonna add the sugar in 1/4 cup at a time while continuing to mix and beat. Second egg. Another 1/4 cup of sugar. Continue to beat the mixture on a medium speed. Our final egg into the mixture. Along with another 1/4 cup of sugar. Beat the mixture again. One-4 cup of sugar into the mixture. Beat the mixture one last time, and then we can start adding our flour mixture into this mixture of our other ingredients. And now that that mixture is done, we can start alternatively adding in our flour mixture along with our milk. And I already measured out the milk, but we are going to need 1.5 cups of milk. So there's 1.5 cups of milk in this bowl, and then we have our flour mixture here. So now we start adding in little by little our flour mixture. And our milk. And then we continue on mixing. So we'll mix this now on a on a low speed just to mix everything together. So we're going to continue to do this process until all of our ingredients are combined into this one mixture right here. And continue to beat the ingredients until they're well mixed. Okay, so we've been mixing the ingredients on a low speed, but now we want to mix the ingredients on the highest speed we can, just to make sure that they're thoroughly mixed before we start insert the ingredients into the pan. So, mix. We're going to do this for about 20 seconds to make sure that the ingredients are all mixed together. So now we've mixed all of our ingredients together that we started with, and this is what we come out with. So we have this mix now, and we're going to go ahead and grease our pan. Now that our pan is greased, we're going to evenly spread our mixture into our cake pan. Now that we've evenly spread out our cake mix into our pan, we can go ahead and proceed to put our cake in the oven and start baking. So since we're using a rectangular pan that is 13 by 9 by 2 inches, we're going to go ahead and bake this cake for 35 to 40 minutes. Still at 350 degrees. Cake is in, the oven is at 350 degrees. Now we wait 35 to 40 minutes for our cake to finish baking. Now that our cake is finished baking and we've let it sit for 1 hour, we can check to see if it's finished cooking on the inside by using a toothpick. By inserting it in here and pulling it out, see that there's nothing on the toothpick? That means it's cooked all the way through. If there is still to be some mixture on the toothpick, that means our cake wasn't cooked all the way through and we need to throw it back in the oven. But now that our cake is finished cooking and is cooled off, we can now start to frost our cake. Now that we've frosted our cake, let's review our steps. First, we preheated our oven at 350 degrees. Next, we listed all of our ingredients that we would need for this dessert. After that, we started making our flour mixture for the cake. After we made our flour mixture, we started making our other mixture with our wet ingredients. When we had both mixtures ready, we went ahead and combined both mixtures into one mixture that would be the mixture that we would use for our cake. After we had the one main mixture, we greased our pan, distributed the mixture evenly into the pan, put the pan in the oven, baked it at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes, took it out, let the cake cool for an hour, made sure it was cooked all the way through, and then frosted it.
Now that you guys have watched step by step how to make a homemade chocolate cake from scratch, do you guys have any questions?
Yes.
Was it more difficult to make a homemade cake versus a store-bought cake mix?
It was a little more difficult because I had to put a little extra effort into making the cake mix itself for the cake. Are there any further questions?
No.
Thank you.